wish I had more time with my family. There's just no time in the day to get everything I want to do done. If only I could sleep in late and not worry about work. I work way too much. It's actually quite ridiculous. I shall help the people of God and be born as a plague. I will help remind them of what they wished for. Hey Royal Family, welcome to the front row. My name is Roanna Moodley and this is your Monday edition of Wisdom. Today we're talking about what we've learned from COVID-19. Now, as much as COVID-19 is such a hectic pandemic and we're all dealing with it and we're all going through the stresses of what it has created in the world today, we must also remember that in times of adversity, there is always a lesson to be learned. Today, I want to go through some of the things that I have learned and that I'm so grateful for. If it wasn't for COVID-19, I would not have learned these particular things. So if you want to know what my lessons were during this pandemic, then do keep on watching. Hey Royal Family, welcome to the front row, and today we're talking about the lessons we have learned during the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. In times of turmoil, adversity and stress, it can be very, very difficult to really understand what the heck is going on. But sometimes it's always a good thing to sit back and look at what is going on from a different perspective and really try and find the lessons in adversity. Now, this may be a little bit difficult to do because let's just face it, when you're in stress, it's very difficult for you to look for lessons and other things that's going on in the world. However, as time goes by, you will then realize what those lessons are. For me, this pandemic has made such a big impact on me, negatively as well as positively. But if I wallow in the negative stuff, then it is something that is beyond my control. It is something that I cannot change. It is something that I have to deal with. So let's flow with it. We've all wished for extra time. We've all said that we don't have the time to do X, Y, and Z. And to be fair, we continuously say it. So, you know, when you put something out there in the universe, all the universe conspires to make it come true. Paulo Coelho said that. And I think we wished for it. We wished for more time. We wished for time with our families. We wished for time to learn a new skill. All of those things were a result of a global wish that has come true. Now, with anything, there is always going to be improvement. We are always going to move upward in life. And when we do that, disease and viruses also have to keep up with us. This is known as the perfect virus, and while we are trying to get around it and we're praying for a vaccine, we want to also be grateful. When you are grateful for what you do have, in some weird way, the universe says, okay, you're grateful, so I'm going to put some grace on that. And I think that's really what I want to share with you, and that's really what I want you to take out of this, even though it might be really stressful and it's such a scary time. South Africa was doing really well during the COVID-19 outbreak. We had a shutdown. We were the lowest growth rate globally. And then our economy was doing really badly and we had immense stress. I mean, we're a third world country. We don't have a lot of luxuries and there were people starving. So our president, Cyril Ramaphosa, had to decide to let people eat. So he sent people back to work and he said it was up to us to really be responsible, wear our masks, sanitize. And in having us move more freely, we now see the rapid growth of infected people with COVID-19, and it's growing at such a rapid rate. I mean, it took us so long to reach 40K, but us reaching 100K happened like that. We can't really work from home because majority of South Africans don't have the facilities and the resources and the infrastructure and the money to set up on such short notice remotely. So those are some of the concerns we're having here as a country. So it's a little bit confusing, because how do you prevent it by also being able to go everywhere? But sometimes you hear stories of people getting infected with COVID-19 and they haven't really been bad, or they've been so stringent and so strict with themselves. And you can be as careful as possible. And the other thing that you can do is have extreme faith in a divine power that will intervene, in a divine power that will help us and that will save us and that will get us through this really, really tough year. The first thing that I've learned is appreciation and gratitude. I am so appreciative of time, of family, of friendships, of relationships, because time is so short. We don't know what tomorrow holds. We don't know what the future holds. We are literally left in the hands of a divine power to help us through this pandemic. And I think really being appreciative and having gratitude to be able to wake up every morning and see the sunrise is in itself a huge blessing. The next thing that COVID-19 has taught me is to be healthy. It forced, I think, everybody globally to recognize that health is important, to recognize how important it is to keep our immunity strong, to recognize how important it is for us to exercise regularly, to eat a correct diet, to drink lots of water, to watch how we are dealing with other people, considering our health. If someone coughs near us, we don't associate ourselves with people. I remember before COVID, if someone was sick, we'd still go to work. If someone had the flu, it didn't really matter. Work goes on, life goes on. So I think COVID-19 has really said to us, stop for a minute, take a moment, breathe, realize what's happening, and just ascertain what's more important, what's more valuable. And life is valuable and health is valuable. And just understanding that is something that I am truly grateful for. The third thing I've learned from this pandemic is skills. I've developed my skills so much. I have developed my baking skills, I've developed my cooking skills, I have developed my beauty skills. I now know how to thread, do my nails, wax. I know how to take care of my hair. I know how to take care of my skin. I no longer rely on outside resources. I clean my house myself. I do everything myself. And I realized that it's okay to be able to do things by yourself. And when you do things by yourself, you also appreciate how important those resources were, or those people that helped you with those things were, because you understand what it takes to be working and doing all of these different jobs. In learning these different skills, it also has empowered me. It really has grown me as a person. And had I not had this spare time, I wouldn't have been able to make the best, most moist, tastiest vegan chocolate cake, and also be able to thread my eyebrows. I mean, where would I have the time to do that? The fourth thing that I've learned during this pandemic is the importance of family time. Sometimes we get so busy with work and other activities. With myself, I'm very busy with extracurricular activities plus work, that I sometimes forget about what is currently happening in front of me. And this pandemic has forced me to recognize the people that matter, the people that are right in front of me, the people that will always be there for me. And it's a powerful thing knowing that you have loved ones that care for you. It's liberating to know that they would do anything for you. And it is very important that we appreciate those people that will do anything for you and that love you unconditionally. We often get sucked into life, and the people that suffer or bear the consequences or the result of our drive is our family. The last thing that I've learned during this pandemic, and I think it is really something that I think the whole world was thinking about, is getting creative with how to earn an income or how to have multiple incomes, because when a crisis hits and you don't have a job, or you're not getting paid, or you're getting a certain percentage of your money paid, what do you do? And so really being innovative and creative and finding different ways of how to earn more money is something that I have learned during this time, and I'm sure many people have learned as well. There were many people that and still are finding it difficult to find employment, finding it difficult to get an income, and it just sort of, when you have a crisis, it sort of slaps you into thinking about solutions and thinking about other ways of earning an income. I think also this pandemic is forcing us to be forward thinking. It is forcing us to be prepared. It is forcing us to not be attached to what we have, and to always think about life for what it is. Our Hindu scriptures teach us that when we work, we must earn our keep by the sweat of our brow, but we must also do work without expecting something from it. So if you're doing something really great, you should not be expecting a reward. Whether you do good or bad at it, it should not matter. That's what the Bhagavad Gita teaches you. And in other scriptures as well, they teach the same baseline of compassion, love, care, humanity, which is the baseline of what this pandemic has taught us, because we move at a rapid pace. And sometimes we get so sucked into life, we get so sucked into earning money and becoming rich or famous or whatever it is, that we forget what's really important. And the things that are really important don't cost money. It's love, it's family, it's God. And those are the things that really matter. So if anything, COVID-19 has been a blessing as a reminder to us humans to come together as a united force, to be liberated by faith, be liberated by love, by strong family holding, by being in charge of your health, and to really just be a better person holistically. And I'm very grateful for that. Even though we may be allowed to move around a bit, we must take every precaution. Don't go visiting family and friends. Don't have little hubs of parties at your house. Don't have social gatherings. Try and make the movements as limited as possible. We are in this together. We're in the storm together, and we will get through it. And we are praying that a divine entity comes into the minds of our researchers, and the intellect comes through, and they find a vaccine, and we will get through this like we got through the Spanish flu. That I hope that this video just reminds you to take lessons from adversity, reminds you that there is good that comes out of every situation. And I pray for your long life, peace and prosperity. And I thank you for choosing the front row. I post videos every Monday and every Thursday. On Mondays, I post wisdom videos. And on Thursday, it's beauty videos at 6 p.m. South African time. And please do comment, like, and share. And subscribe to my channel, because your support really does help me. And I mean, who doesn't want to be a part of this royal family, right? Until the next video, keep it royal.